Do you have any that you're aware of, any specialty items in the store that no one else carries? I mean, I've got some examples I'm going to throw up. But
Thousands.
Thousands. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Thousands.
Darn, that's good.
We typically carry about as many SKUs or individual items as your typical Lowe's or Home Depot. And if you think about the stuff that we just don't carry any of, for example, lumber and nursery stock and ceramic tile, take those SKUs out of Home Depot, they have far less than we do. So obviously in what we have, we are extremely deep in our inventory.
Yeah, and Brenna and I were going to go into that in a few, the fact that you can go into Debbie's Supply on Commercial Street in East Rochester and get whatever you dream. I mean, you just have to ask for it. I mean, it's unbelievable. But we'll go into that in a minute. I wanted to say with the specialty items, it's kind of a cool situation. I've got one bathroom in my house that has not been remodeled yet, and it's got a 1960 blue toilet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So about 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I took one of my daughter into the store with me, and I says, I went into Debbie's Supply, and let's pick out a toilet seat. Which one do you think matches? We got to replace it because it was getting a little yucky looking. I want to get the same color shade to match. So I got a toilet seat picked out. So I says to my daughter, and she's 10, she picks out the toilets. That matches, Daddy, right there. You had literally four shades of blue hanging on the, I'm like, this is unbelievable. So I says, this has got to be crazy. So I go down, I said, come on, honey, we're not buying this. We're not going to buy this blue one right now. We're going to go back to one of the other competitors, the big chain competitors, and we're going to see if they've got four blue ones too. Right?
It's a cheapskate.
Yeah, exactly. I swear, I went down to the other place, and my daughter says, Daddy, there's only one here that's blue, and it doesn't match our toilet. So I go right back to your shop, right? I went right back to Debbie's Supply, and I says, pick it out, honey. Which one's the closest color? She literally picked out dead on, right? The shade. Out of four, I bought it, brought it home. It was perfect. I couldn't believe 1960 toilet. I mean, it's a perfect condition toilet, so I didn't want to yank it out.
Sure.
But I got a beautiful. Thank you very much. Beautiful seat replacement.
Well, we carry Bemis toilet seats, and we carry every color that they make, so we make it easy.
That's awesome. That's what I got. I couldn't believe it. That just shocked me.
Let's talk about one of your other situations at home when you panicked out when your son hit that ball right through that pane glass, huh?
Yeah. Well, hope my dad's listening because he was nervous. You guys, I got to tell you, this is one big aspect of your business, which is very key and very important in my eyes. Okay, you guys do custom cut glass.
Yeah,
right.
We do a lot of window and screen repair.
Unbelievable. I've had storm windows, recut, panes for that stuff. And literally, I had my son last summer accidentally threw the baseball, hit the pane, broke out one of my windows in front of my house, and my dad was taking the glass out before I got home. I was pulling in the driveway while he was taking it out. And I went, oh my God, we got a broken window. I got to call a glass company. It's going to cost me $200. and I'm panicking, So I'm pulling in. My dad's looking scared because he knows I'll go off the deep end, right? So he says, just don't worry. He says, don't worry. It's an accident. He says, we'll just go to Debbie's Supply. We'll just get a new pane replacement. And it was like $16. Unbelievable. I said, what? So I told my son, just throw another baseball at that window there, and I don't mind.
We gave your son a kickback, I think, on that.
He probably did. But unbelievable. I mean, there's stuff that you literally don't think about. I mean, I'm very passionate about that because you just don't think about that sort of thing. And I can just stroll in and say, I need a 8x12 piece of glass, and you guys cut it and charge me about, I don't know, $16. I don't even know. It's just it's really great. So
well, an 8x12 is probably about $3, but
well, yeah, whatever. You guys charge me good.
We might have charged you 16 though.
Yeah, probably.
Your store is definitely located off of 490 in East Rochester, as we all know and we've been talking about. But you're not just serving East Rochester. That's right, Mark?
No, definitely not. And over the years, a handful of times we've put pin map down at the counter and had people pick up a pin and leave it down there for 6 or 8 months. And if I showed you one, you'd really be shocked that we have customers, coming from as far one side as Sodus and the other way to Batavia and
that's pretty wild.
Down south to all the Finger Lakes.
Oh, cool.
How do you get that word out about your business? Is it referral, basically?
Boy, that's a good question. I mean, a lot of it, I'm sure, is referral and people, moving and just knowing about us. We get a tremendous amount of people who've moved from the east side to the west side, and every time they come in, oh man, I wish you guys would open a store on the west side. We just hope they keep driving to come and see us.
Yeah. That brings me to my next question, if I may.
I suppose you're taking up the whole show, Pat, but go for it.
Sorry, too much coffee. How many people do you actually employ over there? Just curious.
Right now, I think we have about 20.
20 people?
20 employees.
That's good.
We definitely don't like to be understaffed. You know, one of our things is service, as you know.
Yeah.
And we try to always keep a good ratio of people helping on the floor. You know, from time to time, if it gets busy, we pull guys out of the warehouse to come out in the store, because taking care of the customer is number one.
All right, cool. That's obvious too. It's very apparent. Now, are you making them all listen to the show this morning?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, it's mandatory. It's on at the store.
So can I ask about? I know Eve's always been there at the cashier for years now. Is she the head cashier?
Hi, Eve.
Eve is certainly our number one. Yep, she's in charge of that front counter, and she is wonderful.
Yep, I worked for her about 20 years ago.
You were telling me that earlier.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
In the green room. Yeah. She was the manager at the gas station across the street.
Yep.
I worked across the street for a short period of time when I got out of the military. Yeah. And could I just ask you, would you be willing to give her a raise, or consider giving her a raise?
Absolutely.
Think about it. All right, good.
Actually, Eve is homesick.
Oh,
and
darn it.
Because she was sick, I made her some homemade chicken soup this week, and I'm hoping that's going to bring her back to work on Monday.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Are you hiring?
Yeah, can I work for you? By the way, I do have to say that, speaking of hiring, I really wanted to ask you, I've never done filling of propane. You know, the tanks that you guys sell propane, which is great. And I've got about 4 or 5 propane tanks.
Okay.
And I bring them
Why?
in. Well, I'm not sure. I heat the outside. I heat, like I got these patio heaters and stuff. And I'm too cheap to actually use them, but they look cool. But I got all these propane. So anyway, I go in there and I've always wanted to fill up my own propane tanks, and so I'm wondering, can I get a job working for you? Filling up, I want to be your best propane tank filler-upper ever. You know,
that comes with cutting and threading pipe.
Oh.
So as long as you can read a ruler, we can talk to you.
I like it. But I only work from 10 to 11 Monday through Wednesdays. That's it.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.